Hey, what's up? Ian here, and I'm back with another review video, and this time I'm going to review two IEMs. One of them is the KB-01 from Kbear. Both of them are from Kbear, by the way, and the other one is the Kbear Streamer, and I do not know who sent them to me, so I'm just going to lead you guys to Kbear's AliExpress store, just in case you guys are interested to find out more about it. So the KB-01 is retailing for $35 US, and the Streamer is retailing for $69 US. Both of them are 10mm dynamic driver IEMs, and one of them is beryllium, which is the KB-01 is beryllium diaphragm, and the other, which is the Streamer, is the PEK diaphragm. Okay, and as for the specs for these two, I'm gonna flash them somewhere up here so you guys can take a look. I'm not gonna read them out to you. It's really hot out here, so I just want to quickly get this over and done with so that I can go indoors in my comfort of my room. So basically, in terms of this two, this is double the price of the KB-01. Okay, now in terms of accessories, the KB-01 comes with 3 different types of ear tips, and I'm quite surprised. Basically, it comes with these 3 types, which is the normal bore, and then you have your narrow bore and your wide bore, and these 3 types of ear tips give you 3 different types of sound preference as well. But the Streamer only comes with 1 type of ear tips, which is the normal bore. Surprising so, because you know the KB ear Streamer is double the price of this KB-01. Now in terms of cable, the KB-01 comes with this standard cable, which is quite typical of KB ear cable. I've seen this many times, I've used it many times, and honestly I'm not a fan of this cable. It's an upgrade cable. Yes, I do understand it's an upgrade cable. It's not the silicone cable, but still it's quite flimsy. It's quite hard to manage, and overall not a joy to use. But the Streamer comes with this upgrade cable, so it's actually a pretty good cable. It's better than the standard cable, upgrade cable from Kbear, but this is much better in terms of cable. Now in terms of the build quality itself, the Streamer is handmade, all right, and the KB-01 is a smaller form factor. So the Streamer is, I would say, is a better build quality as compared to the KB-01, and it's just, yeah, I would say it's nicer. It looks nicer. The Streamer looks nicer than the KB-01. It's bigger, it looks more beefier, and it looks nicer. It's got this clear shell that looks really nice. You can see the inside, the driver itself as well. So really well made, handmade, by the way. The KB-01 is it's alright. It's very standard and it's small. The faceplate looks nice. Comes in 3 colors, by the way, black, blue, and yellow. So yeah, it's pretty okay in terms of the faceplate and the overall build quality. I think the Streamer is much better than the KB-01 for that. Now in terms of the drivability, now the drivability for both of these are actually pretty good. I've been listening to them at about, oh, I think I have a bug biting me here, but yeah. In terms of the drivability, I would say both of them are pretty easy to drive. I've been listening to them at about 30 to 40% volume level, so it's really easy to drive. And the gears that I used it with, and I recommend, warm sounding gears, fun sounding gears. Even balance would sound okay with this. So iPods, Sony's, and the M15S and the M15s, they sound okay with this, but I would suggest something warmer, which is the iPods and the Sony's. Okay, now in terms of the overall technical performance for this, I would say the Streamer is a very technical set, and it's more technical than the KB-01. KB-01 sounds a little bit less resolute as compared to the Streamer. Streamer has got much cleaner and clearer sound being reproduced as compared to the KB-01. In terms of the soundstage on the Streamer actually is quite open as compared to the KB-01. KB-01 is a little bit more intimate sounds a bit congested and rounded as well. So I would say the streamer sounds much wider, and also it's got much better sound separation and imaging as compared to the KB-01. Detail retrieval is also much better on this. The details retrieved on this is, well, the nuances are being picked up quite significantly as compared to the KB-01. So in terms of these two, I would say technically this is a much better performer. In terms of tone and timbre, I would say the tone on the KB-01 it sounds much nicer, more pleasing, and more balanced. Well, I wouldn't say more balanced, but more natural as compared to the streamer. And the note weight is a little bit heavier than the streamer. Streamer sounds a little bit thinner and lighter and a little bit far away, I would say, as compared to the KB-01. Now, in terms of the overall sound signature, I'll post the graph of the streamer up here and the graph of the KB-01 up here. And as you can see, both of them, they look quite similar in terms of graph. KB-01 would have a little bit more elevation in the bass region. And the overall treble on this on the streamer is a little bit odd, I would say unnatural. So in terms of the tuning wise, both of these IEMs, they sound quite similar. It's just that the KB-01 sounds more musical, a little bit more fun, and sounds more correct in terms of the tone and the timbre. Now the sub bass for the KB-01 is really engaging. It's very nice. Sub bass is the roll off is also very good. It's extended. Both of them are quite extended, but that's got more engagement. It's more fun on the KB-01 as compared to the streamer. Streamer is alright. It's actually quite harmonish, but it's a little bit lighter on the note weight for the sub bass on the streamer as compared to the KB-01. In terms of the mid bass on the KB-01 is thumpy, it's impactful, and it's very nice and warm as well. But for the streamers, it's a little bit on the light on the note weight, and it's a little bit thin as well in terms of the mid bass. But you know, I think both of them, they sound pretty okay impactfully, but the KB-01 is more engaging and more fun. Now in terms of the mids, the streamer sounds much better. The instrument sounds more forward on the streamer as compared to the KB-01. KB-01 would sound a little bit recessed and a little bit veiled by the bass. Streamer sounds clearer, and more details are being retrieved in terms of my instruments on the streamer as compared to the KB-01. And I would say, yeah, KB-01 sounds rounder, more musical, and not so analytical as compared to the streamer. Now, in terms of vocals, male vocal sounds really good on this. In fact, both male vocals and female vocals, they sound really good on this KB-01. But on the streamer, they sound a little bit unnatural, a little bit thin, a little bit light as well. The KB-01 presents the vocals a little bit better with more tone and texture, and overall male vocals, they've got the authority there, and female vocals got that sparkle there and the energy as well. So I would prefer to listen to vocals on the KB-01. They sound a bit more rounded, not so harsh, and not so in your face. On the streamer, female vocals tend to sound a little bit unnatural and a little bit in your face, a little bit harsh. Okay, so that's for vocals. In terms of treble, trebles on the streamer sounds a little bit unnatural, a little bit odd, and a little bit harsh as well, a little bit too in your face. Whereas for the KB-01, they sound very natural, and the gain to the treble is also very nice, not too fatiguing as well. It's bright, it's not too bright. But for the streamer is on the opposite. It's bright at the same time, it's a little bit hollowish. Vocals and cymbals, they sound a little bit laid back, at the same time harsh. So it's a bit, yeah, it doesn't sound right to me in terms of the treble. But overall, I mean, it's okay, but it's just not my type of treble. It's laid back, at the same time it's harsh, at the same time it's bright, and then I don't know how to explain it, but yeah, it doesn't sound right to me. But overall, I prefer the treble on the KB-01. And the KB-01, it's got nice and bright and energetic, and overall a very non-fatiguing treble to me, and it's airy as well as compared to the streamer. So overall, yeah, KB-01, I prefer the treble there. Now, in terms of the overall sound signature, I would say the KB-01 is my favorite as compared to the Streamer. I would say this is more balanced, not really balanced, but more acceptable. When I listen to all my genre of music, I listen to rock, trance, classical, everything on this, and this one sounds more correct as compared to the Streamer. But in terms of overall technical performance, the Streamer is much better, sounds much cleaner and more clearer than the KB-01. Okay, so for genre that I recommend, I mean, these two are quite versatile. You can listen to all sorts of genre except for classical and analytical listening and clinical listening on these two, because they are more fun and more musical as compared to the other IEMs that I have. So yeah, this is more casual listening as compared to what I have so far in my collection. So yeah, I would recommend more of general mainstream music on these IEMs. And in terms of price to performance, I would give it to the Kbear 01. These are actually very good in terms of price to performance, and really value for money is $35, though it may not be as resolute as this, but it's more pleasing to listen to my ears, that is. Right, so for that, I would give the KB-01 3 stars out of 5 stars, and the Streamer 2.5 stars out of 5 stars. I do recommend the KB-01 if you really do want to get it. Okay, and that's it. That's my overall review for this Kbear KB-01 and the Streamer. And I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video, and if you did, please give this video a thumbs up, and also please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. So I hope you guys have a great day ahead, and I'll see you again in my next video. Cheers.